Josh Allen is the MVP of the 2024 season. Was this a result of voter fatigue against Lamar Jackson, or was this the right choice all along? Let's discuss. Josh Allen, by 4 first-place votes, beat out Lamar Jackson to win his first MVP. A lot of people on social media are in an uproar about how did Lamar Jackson, having the best statistical season in his career, completely smoked the Bills in the regular season, beating out Josh Allen head-to-head. Pause. Make first-team All-Pro and still not win the MVP award. Well, let me try to tell you why. I said in my previous video where I named my MVP after stating the facts about both that there was one element people are not factoring in here. It's not just about numbers. And this is where my issue lies with the award itself. So we as fans and analysts without a vote have to start looking at this award differently. It's not about who is the best player. If you harken back to college football's Heisman Award is labeled as the college football's most outstanding player award. Here's where the nuance comes in for the NFL, however. And this is where people hide their biases. I mentioned the idea in a previous video about voter fatigue. If you saw my short earlier in the week, it adds credence to that timeline and time frame. But again, that adds fuel to the idea that it's up to human opinion. And there isn't any set criteria for this award either. In my opinion, that needs to change. The NFL, especially with the players having incentives in their contract based upon the accolades that they may acquire, should have some type of baseline set of guidelines that will help voters pick a quality candidate. Instead, we have all these voters who, by my account, in some people's cases, have hidden agendas. They could be bought or having a directive based upon who they work for to vote a certain way. That taints the sport in the award for me. Being a former football player all the way up through the collegiate levels, the amount of dedication and discipline it takes to make it that far is massive. So imagine that 10 times fold to become the 1% of the 1% that make it to the NFL. So I feel like for people that playing at this high level to be considered for this award, you're really playing in their faces. For people that are seeking out this award and having the immense talent to do so, you're leaving it up to chance. Now, I'm not going to sit here and harp up on my high throne and preach to the masses about, what they're doing to the game and how much of a disservice they're doing to the players. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Who is selected to have votes in some cases, let me know all I need to know. There are far more qualified people to choose the winner, in my opinion. Nonetheless, there's too much uncertainty here. And I don't see the NFL changing it. So those of us that rage online after players we think clear in a way should get it and don't, let me offer you a different perspective. Understanding that human beings are flawed, some think differently, and when you leave the criteria open to your own interpretation about and not the facts of the case, then that's where you could have 50 different people having 50 different accounts of what took place. So as a baseline, let's understand that humans are imperfect people. Some are contrarians by nature, and some, quite frankly, are paid to protect certain narratives. Let's be honest about it. To drive home this case, I sat up here and watched two of my favorite people, and I mean that in the most sarcastic terms imaginable, tell American people to their faces that they both voted for Lamar Jackson to be the first team All-Pro quarterback in the NFL this year, which means he's the best pro at that position. However, they turned right around and voted for Josh Allen to be the MVP of the league. Make it make sense. I'll save you the trouble, however. It does not make sense at all. Their reasoning for it was because they thought that Josh Allen was more valuable than Lamar Jackson to their respective teams. Where most of the season, Josh Allen had a better supporting cast, in my opinion. And quite frankly, all Lamar Jackson, to me, had was Derrick Henry. No discernible wide receivers outside of Mark Andrews, who by far had his worst year as a pro. Meanwhile, Josh Allen has Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, Curtis Samuel, Dalton Kincaid, James Cook, and Ray Davis, all who are heavy contributors to Josh Allen's success this past season. I say all that to say that this award going forward, and take my advice to understand, it's not about facts. It's about the story. Josh Allen's story was fresh. Lamar Jackson had 2 MVPs already. And the people that voted for Josh wanted to see someone else win the award. Then they hide behind false narratives, making it seem like that's not what's driving their opinion. If nothing else, let me drive it home for you. This will definitely drive it home for you. One voter had Lamar Jackson 4th in his MVP voting. 4th. No way in all of Whoville that's possible. Take it from me, it's about the story, the narrative, human bias, and sadly, money and politics, just like everything else that has millions of dollars attached to it. I don't take nothing away from Josh Allen. He had a hell of a season, but I just don't believe it was better than Lamar Jackson's, personally. Again, if you want to give a full statistical account of what that particular season was like head-to-head, the stats, versus each other, I have my link in my video for my MVP award video, link to this particular video. But yet again, I believe Lamar Jackson had a better season. Outside of what Josh Allen did, he had a better season, in my opinion, as a player, as a quarterback. So I'll leave that be. But with that being said, we got a great week of content for you this week. Please check it out. Please check us out each and every day, Monday through Friday, as myself and the rest of the Hit Squad will be dropping gems all week for our season coverage. And as always, hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And as always, you got to step up to lock it down.